Are we live? We are live. Man, this is awesome. I'm so excited about today, especially gearing up for Thanksgiving coming up. So, for those that don't know me, my name's Darren Leonardson. I am the president and CEO with Transform Culinary Solutions. And we're going to be live streaming, and we film every Friday, and it's always fun. So we thought, why not actually just put this on YouTube and our other platforms? So thanks for those that are joining. The way that I can respond to you is Nikki, one of our amazing executive assistants, is going to be texting me through my Meta glasses. So if you have a question or you want to see something, just respond in the comments, and then she'll text me. I'll hear it, because these glasses are cool, and I'll respond or do something. So we're trying to figure out all the video, everything. We've got 4 camera angles going, so that you're joining as our test group. So today is Holiday Twists, and we want to highlight some of our amazing partners and products, and I'm super excited. So with the holidays coming up, it's super fun to come up with maybe some new dishes that you haven't done before. And one of them I'm super excited about. So recently just got a new YouTuber, Ahmad, and he is from Pakistan, and he's been editing a lot of our videos, and he said his mouth is watering when he's editing them, and he's like, one day you'll be able to make chicken biryani, which is a famous Pakistani dish. It is incredible. I've never made it, and I said to him, yeah, maybe one of these days I'll make it. And so I surprised him just a couple days ago and said, hey, we're going to make this on the live stream. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with that. Then another thing that we're going to do is we're going to highlight one of our newest partnerships, actually, with Dr. Lauren Powell. So she is known as the culinary doctor. So she is an MD, she owns a practice, and actually became a chef, culinarian, because she realized food is medicine. And the benefits of both medicine with amazing food is just, you just can't beat it. So we're actually going to incorporate some of her everything seasoning, which is an anti-inflammatory seasoning. Really good, fresh, highlighted ingredients like rosemary, lemon zest, chilies, cumin. Really cool. I've actually used it on several things. There's no sugar in it, so that's really good too. So we're going to actually make our marinade with our chicken with it, which I can't wait for that. So thank you, Dr. Lauren Powell. Excited to partner with you on more exciting projects. And then I have also, let me run and grab it. I forgot to grab right here. I have Mr. Popo's barbecue sauce. So hold on, let me get the flavors because I'm so excited about it. You know, as a chef, you're always like, all right, I forgot a couple things, but that's okay. Okay, so super excited about this product. So Samantha and Josh, Josh was a police officer, so Mr. Popo's, it's got a little pig on it, but we've got a brand called Sasquatch Smokers, and just went to an amazing barbecue competition, barbecue music festival. There was over 60 barbecue vendors there, Troubadour, and it was in, what does it say? What town is it? Salina, yeah, Salina, Texas. And what I really love about Mr. Popo's is he's got different heat levels. So it's called the hot spit. So this is their run-of-the-mill. It's got some basic spices in it. It's awesome. Then they have their pig spit. Oh, this is the pig spit. So this is just sweet. There's no spiciness to it. It's tangy, really good classic. It'd be like Sweet Baby Ray's. Then this is your hot spit, which has a little bit of habanero kick in it. And then they call it the holy spit, which has got some habaneros and ghost peppers in it. But then they have the spit and fire, which has ghost peppers and scorpion peppers. So really hot. I love the different heat levels of spices of barbecue. But I was talking to Josh and Samantha, and they're out of Kansas City. What I love about it is Josh loves the sweetness of the Kansas City style barbecue, and then he likes the vinegar based of the Carolinas, which I do too. And I'm from Texas, and that's the other side of it, which is the smoke version of it. And so I thought, why not just do a really cool special using his seasonings and his barbecues with some of the food we've got. So I've got actually this pork butt that was been smoking for 10 hours. And it is finishing in the oven, and we're gonna see if we can literally just pull out the bone. We'll see, I don't know. But then I also did a rack of pork and did a sweet glaze over the top with that holy spit, just to give it some of that spice element. And then we're gonna make a sweet potato mash that we're gonna serve that on top of. So we're just gonna have fun, and we're gonna cook, and Rob has to head, our videographer has to head to Alabama, Mississippi, so we're gonna try to get him out of here in 15 minutes. So thanks if you're joining. 50 minutes. So, okay. So the chicken biryani, so I was actually trying to figure out how to pronounce it. And I actually chat GPT'd it, and it brought me to this YouTube site, and it was like, it said beer. Like, that's how you do it. And so I was like, okay, I got this. Biryani. So chicken biryani. This is a very old dish, like old world. They've been making it for thousands of years. And so it starts actually with chicken. As you can see here, I've got a whole chicken that's cut up. So there's breast. There's actually like a chicken and a half here. Breasts, thighs, drumstick, and I left them on the bone and then cut them up. It does not matter how you cut it. Just whack them up into bite-sized portion pieces. Okay, so, but before we get going, we got to make the garam masala. Now, interesting, there was one ingredient I couldn't find, which was mace. And let me just show you real quick. I forgot to grab this. So I couldn't find mace, and mace is one of the ingredients in garam masala, and I saw that they had it in the grocery store ready to go, and at H-E-B actually, and so I was like, oh, I'll just grab this so we can kind of compare the flavors and the seasoning of both. So we're gonna make it right now. So if you don't have one of these at home, a mortar and pestle is just fun. So I've got all the seasonings kind of portioned out here that we can rock and roll with it. I'm gonna make some extra, so I'm not measuring it, but this, I'll just explain the different spices that are going in. So first thing is nutmeg. So I didn't have a nutmeg grater, and I couldn't find my microplane zester, which could work well for the nutmeg. So I actually have a truffle shaver. So this is amazing if you've ever used it for slicing truffles, and I tested it to see if it would work. And so I'm just gonna take the nutmeg and go right in there. You don't need much of nutmeg. It's really potent. So I use my truffle slicer to get the nutmeg. So if you didn't know that, you can do that. Then we've got green cardamom, okay? So put in some green cardamom. Yeah, we'll just put it all in. And then we've got, this was actually, so that, what I couldn't find was black cardamom. And so I had a grated cardamom here, and then they had the green one, and I was like, okay, I can't find the black cardamom. So I'm assuming that this is the same cardamom ground up, so I don't think we'll need that. Then what we're gonna do is I always like to toast the spices first for a little bit. So then we'll put in black peppercorns, okay? Then we've got cumin seeds. We've got cloves. We've got bay leaves. We got chili powder, okay? Then I'm gonna put a little bit of sea salt in there just so it helps grind it up together. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna toast this just briefly. So once the aromatic seasonings like come together, we want it to smoke a little bit, and that's gonna be amazing. You wanna toast your whole spices before you grind them up, because you're gonna maximize a lot of the oils and seasoning from it. That's really important step. But while that's going on, we wanna marinate a little bit more ingredients and get some of our garlic and ginger chopped at the same time. So first thing is garlic and ginger. We're gonna need that. So here's a hand of ginger, and what I like to do is just square it off. So I'll cut here and then do a triangle of ginger, just like that, and then reserve that for later. That would be good for juicing it. And then for garlic, I know Dylan last week, he showed a trick where he cut the top and the bottom off from a peeling standpoint, which is cool. But I also, sometimes I don't want to use all the garlic. I just want to get a few of the cloves. So I'll just rotate it back and forth and pop out a few of the garlic. Now you can see, if you go back to the spices, so you can see it smoking. Let's see if it, okay, it was just oh, there it goes. It's starting to smoke, that's great. So we just want to toast it just a little bit. I don't recommend using your hand like this as a stirrer, but okay, so now I'm gonna turn the heat off, because that's good, that's what we want. Okay, you smell that too? Yeah. Like it's really perfuming. Okay, so then getting back to the garlic, let's give it a whack, 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 and then peel the garlic. You know, the reason I think Dylan did that whole technique too was it's actually easier to get the garlic out of the husk, because then it's already, the husk part is already trimmed and it's easier to pop it out. Okay, so we need, let's do one more garlic clove, because we're gonna make really enough for about 4 to 6 people, so to speak. Okay, we got our garlic. Pull that to the side. Then with the ginger, I'm gonna do some slices of fresh ginger. Ginger and garlic is such an amazing combo together. Okay, then what I like to do is use a little bit of salt and just sprinkle that, and that way it holds it here together. It won't bounce all over the place. That's a little trick. So chop that up. As fine as you can, and notice what I'm doing is I keep going together with the garlic and the ginger, so that way I can get more surface area on the cuts of it. That's really what I'm trying to achieve with it. Okay, so then we're gonna reserve this, because this is gonna be sauteed here in a little bit. And then a little bit more mise en place that we need some tomatoes. So this is what we're gonna do when we start searing the chicken, actually. We're gonna sear it with some of the tomatoes and that ginger and the garlic. So these are some fresh vine-ripened tomatoes. I'm just going to, yeah, it's making us cough a little bit. we might need to open up our door. Okay, so then I just do a rough chop with the tomatoes. We'll reserve that. We got our ginger, we got our garlic. Now we got to do our spices. So back in here, let me open the door so that it airs it out a little bit. So just know, when you are doing your spices, consider doing them outside. Okay, then that goes there. Then what we're gonna do is turn the heat back on, just because I want to get it warm. And then I'm gonna grind this with my mortar and pestle and just bash it around, right? Move it back and forth. And I really want to just crush those and get them all good. Now, let's say you don't have one of these, okay? Well, it's so fun to do that, I'm not gonna lie. But you can use a coffee grinder or spice grinder. So let's go to show you that example. Spices. Smell so good. They look the same color. Then we'll cover it. Plug it in. I don't know if you can see that. Give it a shake. I want it to be nice and fine. Okay, there we go. Unplug. Take the lid off. Oh my gosh. Wow, that smells incredible. Holy cow. Man, make your own fresh garam masala. Amazing. Okay, so now we got that. Now we got to do our marinade for the chicken. So I'm going to pull this chicken over. What I need on it is the garam masala, okay? Okay, and then let's look at this, the powder, because this has mace in it, and I mentioned to you I couldn't find mace. I went to 3 other grocery stores. So let's see how theirs looks versus mine. I mean, it's a little bit similar, right? So I'm just gonna put a little bit in so it gets that mace color into it. And then we're gonna put some chilies directly into it. So they're a cross between like an Indian chili and a Thai chili. We just wanna add a little bit of heat to that. And I don't like to chop them up because then it really gets intense with the heat. So then the next thing is we're gonna add to this pan, we're gonna turn it on and we're gonna add yogurt. Now, I have another version that I made with coconut milk. So you can use cream of coconut, which is fine. And the reason is I've got a couple people in my house that are dairy free, and I want to make sure that they're able to try this chicken biryani as well. So in goes yogurt, and then salt and pepper, the chicken, definitely want to do that. And then a little bit of fresh lemon. I'll also put the recipe that you see today, I'll put all the recipes in the YouTube link after a couple days. And then what we want to do is we want to mix it together, okay? Just get all the spices, the seasoning, that lemon, all mixed together. Now, if you had 24 hours to do this, you certainly could do this ahead of time, which is totally fine. So what I'll do is actually reserve some of this for later so I can make it fresh. I want to taste the difference. I actually read a bunch of different recipes because I was trying to learn which one might be the best, and I'm coming up with my own ultimate version of this recipe. And it had said that they didn't tell a difference between marinating it right away and searing it versus letting it sit for 24 hours. So I'd kind of want to test that and see. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put some of this Dr. Lauren's seasoning in there too. So I'm going to just sprinkle some of that over it. Anti-inflammatory, herbaceous, little bit of amazing seasoning. I love to use a lot of seasoning. And then we'll use some of our oils here. So I've got a lemon extra virgin olive oil. We're going to put that in the pan because I want to add some of that flavor to it. And then I've got roasted garlic. So I'm going to mix that as well. And I want this to sear in the pan. I want to get some caramelization. So then the next thing is we're going to add our ginger and garlic. Okay. Then we'll put our tomatoes. Man, doesn't that smell so good already? Then you take your chicken pieces and go right into the pan. So I'm going to put, I don't want to overfill it. I want to get some caramelization on it. So I'll probably use about half of this. But I want some thighs, some breasts, maybe some, well, I don't have a drumstick. So we'll go like that. Okay, so then that stays on, that heat. I want that caramelization. We'll set this to the side. Then you really want to crank that on high heat. That's really important. And then the next thing is you're going to need some basmati rice. So let's get that. And I'm going to just clean this off real quick. There, I dropped my steel, which, by the way, if you don't have a steel at home, definitely get one of those. They're really exciting. And notice this little trick of the cutting board. Always put a towel underneath your cutting board so it doesn't slide around on you. That will just keep it really secure, and you want to be safe when you are, cutting. That's really important. Okay, so then basmati, let me grab that. Show you what it looks like. I honestly buy my rice from Costco now because we got two boys that eat here, and like we get bags of basmati. I get bags of Cal Rose, which is like sushi rice. So I love that Costco has this basmati, which I think this is like maybe like $15. So it's a great deal for this basmati. So now what you would want to do is you want to par cook your rice. That's really important. And so I knew that it would take a little bit of time to do that. So what I did was I actually did par cook the rice. And so I'm going to pull it out. And let me grab one more towel. You know, as a chef, you're always like, okay, what am I forgetting? I'm forgetting one more towel. Okay. TV magic, right? So I'm going in the oven. I'm going to pull out our par cooked rice. Now, what I did, I noticed there were several recipes that actually used food coloring. Ironically, food coloring to give it a little bit of an orange hinge. But then I saw some other recipes that use saffron. And I was like, well, I definitely want to do it, you know, more natural. And so I actually put a pinch of saffron in here. And all I did was cook it with equal parts chicken stock to water, and I put the saffron in it, and I seasoned it with a little bit of salt. But look at that. It is yellow from that saffron color. I didn't actually expect it to be that yellow, which is really cool. So this is your par cooked rice. And then, because what we're going to do is we're going to be layering it actually. So then, stir it up. Just like that. And then let's check our chicken, see how it's doing, because we probably can turn it. There, we're getting some caramelization on the chicken. That's exactly what we want. Okay. Just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn it off, and we're going to start to layer this. And so what I'm going to do is actually nestle the chicken into the rice. But we're going to make more sauce that's going to go in this by caramelizing some onions. So in this goes, okay. Then back on the stove pot that goes. We'll set this to the side. This is going to be biryani for really a crowd. Then we'll take our onion. And we're just going to slice it. So notice I just took the top and the bottom off. So we're gonna actually slice it just like this, like a julienne. Really. Then in the pan goes the onion. Okay. Stir that around. I want to start to get some caramelization on that. Then we're going to put the left of the yogurt in there. And then we're going to put turmeric in there. This would also help like change the color of the rice even more. And then we're going to add some chicken stock to it. Just to cover. And what we want to do is we want to bring that to a boil. And then we're going to chop all our fresh herbs because we're going to layer this into that biryani. Ooh, that smells so good. So you want all that to cook together a little bit. And then what we need is we need some fresh cilantro. Okay. And we're going to chop that up. Just a rough chop in there, that goes. Then we take the other juice of the lemon, squeeze the juice of the lemon in there. And if you squeezed a seed in there, pull the seed out. Then I like to always season everything. So season, salt and pepper. And let's put a little more of Dr. Lauren's everything seasoning, give it a little richness of seasoning. Stir it around. The color's great. And now that it's almost to boil, we'll bring it back to the biryani. And then we're going to pour this over the top. Over that chicken. Smells so good. Push it in, and as you're doing it, kind of like push the chicken down into it, push the onions into it. You're layering really through this process. That's what we want. We want all that color, that freshness. Then this is actually going to go into the oven for probably an hour. And what'll happen is it'll really start to fall apart, and that's exactly what we want. So cover it. You could have done this in like a one pot, which is fine too. And then we have a little salad we're gonna make that goes with it. That's incredible, so I'll show you that in just a sec, but we're gonna pop this in the oven. In that goes. Set the oven for about 350 and go an hour. And then we'll pull it out. It's gonna be delicious, and then we'll show you how to plate it up too. But let's make this wonderful cucumber fresh salad that goes with it. So start with a English cucumber. And when you do get a steel, a little trick. So all you're doing is honing the knife. So it's a 20-degree angle, and you start at the heel and go all the way to the tip. All it takes is a couple times. And what you're doing is straightening that blade. That's all you're doing. That's what you're doing. You're not sharpening it. It takes a diamond steel to do that. So you want to hone your knife every time you have a new vegetable or product that you're cutting. So then I need a bowl. Cut the top off, but we're going to start with our red onion. And the reason for it is we're going to actually do a little pickle to it, so it brings out some of that pink note to it, which will look really good on our chicken biryani, and it adds a nice crunch to it. So same thing, I'm going to julienne the red pepper. I'm sorry, the red onion, not a red pepper. There we go. Okay. Then break it up into here. Okay. And then I'm going to add a little of my lemon essence into there as well, because it really has a great flavor to it. Then let's do a lemon. This time I'll use my hand to grab the seeds. Squeeze it down. Then you want to start the pickling process, so we're going to put some salt into it. We're going to put pepper. And then we're going to slice our cucumbers. So I'm going to cut this in half. And then I'm going to go in half again. Half again. And then I'm going to slice it. And having it thin really helps bring out that fresh pickle to it, so you'll taste the seasoning all the way through. So there's our cucumber. Then we need mint, fresh mint, which I got fresh mint from the garden, and more cilantro, okay? So I've got mint growing out in the garden. It grows really well here in Texas, actually. If you don't have fresh herbs growing, it's so easy. You can pick them up at your local store, plant them in a little pot. Just really incredible. And you know what I'm picking right here, like that's like $7 worth of herbs right there. So it's definitely worth it, and gives you so much flexibility with cooking, especially if you're doing, like if you want to try something like chicken biryani for the holidays and for Thanksgiving. You know, why not have this, because then you don't have to spend so much. Now I'm going to chop some more cilantro. So this cilantro and mint is just an absolute gorgeous combination. chop it up. It's okay if there's a little bit of stems, not a problem. There's still lots of flavor in that, and they're completely edible. Okay. In the dish, then use a spoon, toss it around, get it coated. Yum. Okay. It just smells so fresh. Okay, set that to the side. And then let's do some TV magic with what we got here. But let me throw a few of these. Let's rinse this. I want it to look nice. Man, I just realized I could just cook all day long for the rest of my life. I really can. Like, I get so much joy out of doing this, and I hope you do with your friends and your family during the holidays, and that you guys try something new. I'm doing, my mom, I remember when I was young, they made these rolls, and they would make them the night before, and they would sit and rise, and they were my great grandmother, Edna. So it was my mom's grandmother, and they were a yeast flour roll, and she would make them, and it was so yeasty in the house, and I honestly haven't made them since. And we would buy the crescent rolls, like everyone's just like cheap and does that, and I was like, why aren't we making the rolls? And so this year I'm so excited. My daughter and I are gonna make that. She also wants to make Teeny's mac and cheese. I don't know if you've heard of that. I guess it's like really popular on YouTube, and I think she has like 20 million views or something. So we're gonna make that, and then we're gonna make those rolls, and she also helps with mashed potatoes and other stuff. Okay, so TV magic. Let's look at our dish. Some biryani. Oh yeah. Look at that color too with the rice, it looks good. That's what we want. Yeah. And then I'm glad I didn't throw all the yogurt away, because I forgot. I was gonna use that on that little garnish. So then I love the look of this dish. So thank you, Libby, one of our partners. They supplied these amazing dishes. Like, look at this one. Look at that one. That one. These are so cool. These are like show-stopping stuff. They even supplied us with, I don't have them in here, but little cocktail glasses and all kinds of stuff. But I think that would look cool in that. Or actually, as I'm thinking about it, that might look good right there. I might want to switch it to that. Let's go to that. That's nice. Okay, so then I'm gonna put some gloves back on. It's a beautiful looking dish. And Ahmed, our YouTube editor, I wonder how, he makes this, or how they experience it in Pakistan. Maybe one day I'll go there and experience it. I would love to. You'll have to tell me, like, did I nail it or did I not? Is it way off? Let's give it a little taste with the, oh, look at how fluffy that rice is. And then chicken. Wow. Oh, wow. That's good. Okay, so let's do this. Let's get some of that fluffy rice. Let's go on the plate. And then let's find a nice piece of that biryani. Here's a nice chunk of the breast meat. We'll do that. And a little bit of chunk of thigh meat right here. Just like that. Then I'm gonna take my little bit of yogurt, And I'm gonna squeeze a little bit of lemon into it, a little salt, and in honor of Dr. Lauren, just a tiny bit of the seasoning, not much, just to give it that pop. And then a little bit more of our lemon olive oil. We've got all kinds of worlds going in. This is from Tuscany, Italy. I'm from Texas. We got barbecue sauce from Kansas City, and this dish is from Pakistan. Really cool. Okay, so then a little bit of yogurt, or if you were doing it dairy-free, you could use some of the coconut on the side. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna top it with this beautiful salad. I read about it and I was like, okay, this was one of the salads that they have. Sometimes they'll have it on the side or on top of the dish so that you can get that crispness with it. And you can see that the onions are like starting to pickle a little bit too. And then we'll take our yogurt mixture, put it right up on the top. And then why not take a little fresh mint right on the top. So there we have it. There's our chicken biryani. Ahmad, I hope you enjoy this, and I cannot wait to eat this. And Rob, we're gonna be packing you out on your trip to Mississippi and Alabama. So enjoy this dish. That looks so pretty on that plate, doesn't it? All right, now let's move into the barbecue segment of our time together. So first thing is we're gonna make some mashed potatoes out of sweet potatoes. So if you've not done that, a lot of times people do, you know, a sweet version of sweet potatoes. I love sweet potatoes, but I just can't eat that marshmallow cream top and all that. It's just, I don't know. It's a lot. I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying it's a lot. So I wanted to make something very light and fluffy and really natural. So I've got my sweet potatoes here. As you can see, that was funny actually. So this is very funny. I'm not even saying. We have salamanders in our house. Is there a there literally is a salamander that got into my sweet potatoes. Bring it up here and we'll put it on camera here. It died though. It literally died. Like, how did it get into my sweet potatoes? Like, this is crazy. It must be really good. So we're not gonna eat the sweet potatoes because it is in this. It somehow got in here and it was in my sweet potatoes. That poor guy. So, but anyways, that is a twist. Wow, I never thought that would come. Okay, so I just cut and peeled the sweet potatoes and then I boiled them. And what I was gonna do, which was amazing, is I was going to, puree them and make this delicious thing. But here's what we're gonna do actually. We're gonna multitask because I think that we can. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you how to pivot real quick because I knew that just in case, and I'm not gonna show the salamander on camera. I feel bad for him. Okay, I'm gonna add some of my oil and my roasted garlic oil and my lemon oil, and ironically, I saved some sweet potatoes that I diced up. I'm gonna put them in, just enough. And while we actually look at the other stuff, we're gonna see if this can cook in time and we can still save the day. So I've got that cooking, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna season it. How much time we got, Rob? Okay, we're gonna make this happen. Salt, pepper. Let's put a little Dr. Lauren in there. Okay, then there's already some juices in there. Not gonna use the sweet potatoes because that was so weird. Okay, now, I just have never had that happen before. It's just weird. Like, that's a first, seriously, on camera, like the sweet potato. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you, while that's going on, I've got a pork butt here. Now, I don't know if this is cooked enough. We're gonna check But how I started it was I actually did Dr. Lauren's seasoning. I also did some Pop's barbecue seasoning as well on it, and actually smoked it low and slow. Look at this. Whoo, wow. Okay. I put it on my big green egg. I started it at, oh, it is, yes, this is gonna work. I'm so excited. Okay, so how do I know this is gonna work? Because look at it, it's like falling apart. Look at how delicious that looks. So I already featured Mr. Popo's barbecue sauce inside, but I wanted to show what I do when I'm cooking outside on the barbecue. So I never add this barbecue sauce out on the smoker because it'll burn. So you always want to cook your meat all the way. So this started at 6 a.m. It cooked until 12 p.m. and then I put it in this pan with a little water and just did another hour and a half to get it tender. So as I look at it, I'm poking in. I don't know if you can see the temperature reading on this. So it's already, because it's been sitting resting, it definitely got up to 203 degrees. So here, this like, oh, 206, yeah, right by the bone. When your protein gets to 203, it generally will break down completely. And that's really what you want. And so now what I like to do, here's a little pro move for everybody, okay? So first, you need to have some ice. If you don't do this, you'll burn yourself. So I'm literally gonna take my ice tray, fill it up, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna soak my hands in it so that I don't burn myself and that I can really have fun with this pork. So I'm gonna put it right in front. Just like that. Then I can hear our potatoes cooking, so we're getting a little caramelization on it. Now to speed up the potatoes, a little trick, add a little bit of water to this. Now you're gonna hear a loud sizzle. That looks good. We're gonna record. Okay, let that cook. Okay, back to our delicious pork. So I like a little bit of spice into this, so I'm gonna use the hot spit this time. But let's do this first. Let's see, look at this. So bone right here, right? So in the ice water, hands in, count to like 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go right into the pork, and you can just grab it. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that right there. That is amazing. That just pulled right out. Okay, now back in. Now, shred. Back in. Holy cow, like you can feel the heat, right? So you gotta go back. Shred, shred, shred. As soon as you start to feel it, back in. Shred, 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 shred. Back in. Do it again. Shred, shred. Now you don't have to do that. You could do, one of those bear shredders or those bear hands, but it's so fun to do it like that. Okay, then let's take this is when I add barbecue sauce to it. So now I'm gonna take that rich Mr. Popo's hot spit right over the top of that. Man, I'm gonna use that whole bottle. That is incredible right there. Now, what I generally do is I do a little finishing. I'll finish it with a little salt. And a lot of times I will serve it like this with the bone in the pan and have some buns and just let people make an incredible barbecue pork sandwich. But I'm just gonna take that delicious piece right there. Look at that steaming piece. Holy cow. And I'm just gonna bite in. Oh my gosh. Wow, this is incredible. Mr. Popo's perfect balance of sweetness, vinegar taste. I can't wait, actually, so I'm going to Paris, Texas for a state barbecue competition. I'm a judge this year, so I get to kind of see like how they do it. I placed 4th on turkey last year, And I had a mixture of Pop's lemon herb and barbecue seasoning and a little bit of butter, so it was a really cool combination. Okay, I think we're gonna get there. Okay, so then this gets set aside, right? Now my boys are super happy. Rob's happy, he gets to take it there. We went on that. We pivoted from the salamander, and let's let's plate up on this actually, because this is really cool. I like that. And then let's check our sweet potatoes, see if they're there. Almost there. But we're gonna hit it, because now I'm gonna show you the most delicious pork. But this is really cool, because this is a little trick, because I wanna add some nice color to this. I'm gonna use, I got some broccoli. So I've got a little wedge of broccoli here. I'm gonna take like 3 pieces of broccoli just for the plate up. And this is how chefs multi-purpose. So that is a steamer now, right? So it's essentially steaming that sweet potato. It got the caramelization, and now it's actually steaming the broccoli as well. Okay, now I'm super excited about this next product that I'm about to show you. So it's been resting. I have to be gentle here with Rob's items, or I'll let you take that off. So let me show you, and this is not a promo for Yeti, but I have to show you. So if you've never had a Yeti, they are the most incredible cooler. The technology in it, like literally will stay cold for like 4 days with ice in it. But the other thing that it does do, let me make sure we're going good. Okay, hold on a sec. Hold that thought. Let me get a little more water in here. So then what I'm gonna do is give it a splash of water. And because it's cast iron, I know it's gonna continue to cook, and now that's steaming. So chefs a lot of times, and home cooks in Texas will use these as their resting aspect. So I actually also did a whole rack of pork with the bone tips, and I'm so excited to show you kind of what that looks like. And I did use Mr. Popo's normal barbecue sauce because my mother-in-law loves pork, so I didn't want to make it too spicy, and she doesn't love spice. But what I have in here is, you can see, I don't know if you can go, you see how I've got foil in there? Oh, I gotta go this way. There we go. So that rack of pork is sitting in there, and it's been in there for actually 4 hours resting. And I cooked it to 150 degrees, exactly the right temperature that you need to do. And then now I'm gonna reveal this. Let me pull it out. We're gonna go in, pull it out, open it up. Oh boy, look at that. Look at those juices right there in the back of on the bottom of the pan. That caramelization on this. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna slice it right here, because I don't want the juices to go everywhere. So I'm gonna use one of my boning knives to slice this through. So I'm gonna go right down. Wow. That is beautiful. I mean, who wouldn't want that chunk of gorgeous pork? Look at the smoke ring on that thing, that caramelization. And so I did, at the last 10 minutes in the pan, I put that barbecue sauce on it. But look at the juices of that thing too. Like, it's so juicy. Okay, so then what I usually do is I'll dip the pork into the broth. Notice this, like a couple of the slices, right? I've got it sitting in the broth. That's beautiful like that. Okay, then to plate up, to finish this, set this to the side. Let's bring our plate over. Let's check our sweet potatoes real quick to see if we're cooked. The broccoli is, oh, yep, look at that. We did it. The poor salamander didn't make it, but we were able to get the sweet potatoes. done. So now I'm taking my sweet potatoes, I'm gonna put it right in the middle, just like this. Nice big portion, a Texas-sized portion, okay? Just like that. Then I'm gonna take that beautiful pork chop that's just glistening, right? And then I'm gonna take this beautiful broccoli. I'm gonna put it right here on the plate, just like that. Then I'm gonna take this pork, dip it in the broth one more time, and I'm gonna lean it just right like that, okay? Then, what I like to do is just to finish, just a touch of the barbecue. Just a little glaze, right? So it finishes it there over the top. And then, if you haven't tried this, the date bacon is so good. A little date bacon balsamic. It's real thick. It's reduced balsamic mixed with a little bit of dates. I know that Rob used it for some pumpkin seeds earlier this year. He said it was absolutely delicious. And then look at that beautiful pork. And then I always finish just with a touch of salt right over the top. And there we go. So there's a couple unique ways to make sweet potatoes you learned. And then some unique ways to use Mr. Popo's barbecue sauce. Absolutely love it. And then I definitely want to give a shout out to Oil and Vinegar. Matt Sturmer, actually, his products. Thank you so much for making these branded products for TCS. We're so excited to use them. If you haven't used them, you can find them on our website actually as well as Mr. Popo's barbecue sauce. The 4 lines are now available for purchase. Thank you, Ahmed, for inspiring us to make the chicken biryani. I can't wait for you to edit this video and make a remix of it on Instagram and Facebook. For everyone that's joining us, thank you so much for your time today. And I have a couple Bible verses that I just want to flow with us out of here, because this is really all about coming together, right, for the holidays with the family. This is about communion, promoting each other, the products that we have. It really takes a village. We can't do this all by ourselves. We're stronger together as a team. And so I wanted to share some Bible verses that were very unique about unity. So the first one actually is live in harmony with one another, and that's Romans 12:16. And the next one is Ecclesiastics, which is an Old Testament, and that is 2 are better than 1 because they have a good return for their labor. And then because I really want to be inclusive and also respect everybody's religion, everybody's opinion. I think it's important for everyone to come together. I also asked in the Quran what Bible verse relates to this, and there's one that's help one another in goodness and righteousness. So I don't know, I just think that this world needs unity and we need to come together. So thank you for being here, a part of this. I hope you have a great time with your friends and family, and take care, everybody. Have a good weekend. Bye. Okay. What'd you think?
I thought that was great.
What a pivot, right?
Yeah.
Dude, seriously, this freaking salamander ended